So once you get into using Gmail, you're going to find out that there's usually more than one or sometimes even more than two ways to do just about everything. And that's true for creating and applying labels to your emails as well. So again, as discussed in the general overview, labels are very similar to folders that you might be familiar with in Outlook. Again, biggest difference with the two is that with labels you can apply labels, more than one label, to a single email. So like I said, there are a lot of different ways to create labels. I'm just going to go ahead and show you one of the, in my opinion, kind of quickest, easiest ways to do it, because you can see all your labels at once. So if I come up here and I click on the gear for settings and I go to settings again, one of the tabs, second one over, is labels. So if I click on that, you can see that these are all the labels that are automatically applied. I haven't, on this account, I haven't created any new labels, custom labels at all. But one of the things I did want to show you is that even with the labels that the system creates, you can choose to show them in the list over here on the side or hide them. Okay, so for instance, if I'm not somebody who uses that function to snooze email, like send it away and then bring it back to me later on, I can choose to hide that. And you'll notice that when I did that, the list over here on the side just got shorter because that went away. So again, I can show and hide as any of these things that I want to. So that includes all of these down here, but you'll see that, like I said, these are all the system created ones, and then down here, these are my labels. You can see that right now there's nothing here. So to create a new label, I just hit the button that says create new label, and let's say that I call this one parent emails. Okay. Now before I go any further, you'll notice that I have the option when I create a new label to nest it underneath another one. So for instance, I might have kind of a top level label that I call FA, and then underneath that I want to nest things like parent emails, student contact, blah blah blah. So I would just check that box and then I would select from the list. And the reason why, and when it says a parent, it's talking about, like in old web design, you would have parent pages and then children pages. The parents are the ones that are at the top level, the children are nested underneath. So I can't pick a parent label because I don't have any labels at all. So I'm just going to uncheck that box and I'm going to hit create. Okay, so now you'll notice that in my labels list it says, okay, I've got one custom label, parent emails, and right now there's 0 conversations. There's nothing with that label on it. Okay, so I want to show you that when I did that, parent emails just showed up over here on the left hand side with all of my other labels. Okay, and let me go out here to the inbox now and show you how I could apply, or some of the ways that I could apply a label to an email. So one of them is to just actually pick the message that I want to apply a label to and open it up. And then you'll notice that there's that symbol for labels. So I could always just click that and my list of labels is going to show up, and I can check any and all that would apply to that. So if there were other things that I wanted to label it as, I just check all of them and then hit apply. And you'll notice that now it says inbox and parent emails. Okay, so if I go back to my inbox now, you're going to see none of these have the inbox label showing up. That's because they're all in the inbox and I'm looking at the inbox, so that it doesn't need to tell me I'm looking at the inbox. But this one now you can see has parent emails listed. Okay, so that label has been applied to that email. Okay, now if I want my labels to stand out a little more, I could change the colors. So in order to do that, you'll notice that when I move my mouse over parent emails, see the 3 dots that show up? Again, in Google World, 3 dots usually means there's a menu there. So if I click on it, you'll see that there's a bunch of stuff that I can kind of customize with the label, but one of them is the label color. So I could actually just pick one of these, or I can do a custom color where I can say that I want it to have that background and I want it to have that text. Okay, so then I could just hit apply and you'll notice that the color changed. Okay, So one of the other ways that I can, besides opening up the email and doing it that way, I can also, if I check the box next to an email, you'll see that that label icon shows up. And again, same exact way again. I could give it that parent emails label. Okay. The other thing that I can always do too is when I'm looking at my inbox, I can actually just click and hold on a label and drag it and drop it over an email, and it'll apply that label. Now let's say, like for instance, I've just been showing you a bunch of ways and just applied all this label to all these, but let's say it doesn't actually fit with those. Again, there are multiple ways that I can remove it. One of them is I can check the box, click on that label icon, and I can see that right now it has the parent emails label. Uncheck the box and apply, and it'll go away. Another way is to open up the email, and once I have the email open, you can see the little X that's next to every label. If I click on that and then go back out to my inbox, you'll see that the label's gone. All right. Then, just like you would with folders, once I've got some labels built up here and I'm trying to find something, trying to find an email or whatever, I can just come here and instead of clicking and holding like I just did to drag, if I just click on it and let go, it's going to show me, it's telling me it's looking for the label parent emails. So these are all the emails that I have that are labeled with that particular one. So I hope that helps and helps you get organized in your Gmail inbox.